with them. Alright, here we go. Hi everyone, Sailor Moon here, and Sailor Mini Moon here, or Small Moon or Little Moon here, and today we're going to talk about, who made the greater Sailor Moon dolls back in the day. Was it Bandai, or was it Irwin? Or is it the other business now known as Great Eastern Entertainment or Glee, which has a deal to make the squeeze dolls? Now, that would be really truly hard to say, but it's more of a belief that a lot of folks, scathe the early Bandai and Irwin ones. Now, keep in mind that when Sailor Moon was getting offshooted into North Finland, the 4-1 Reichs, and the settled land, they also felt that the way the dolls were being made, they didn't think they would sell the same way. So some folks at Bandai in their North Finland arm, either in the settled land of 4-1 Reichs or both, shifted the dolls around and gave them that longer leer look, as some of the Sailor Moon followership call it. And yeah, that was the kind that came out between 95 YL to 2000 YL. Then after that, after Irwin had sold all the Bandai dolls that Bandai had made, then Irwin ended up getting the rights to Irwin ended up making their own dolls, and this would have been from 2000 YL to 2001 YL though. And they were more beautiful, or at least that was held by the Sailor Moon followership out there. But at the end of the day, I think that Irwin and Bandai both did good work with making the dolls. And I also believe that some folks are a little hard, on the early Bandai ones. Now I know that Bandai has been making Sailor Moon dolls since 9 between 92 while was it 9 between 93 while, well whatever, they've been making them for years. And a lot of folks say, well, the ones that we got in North Finland and the 4-1 Reichs and the settled land weren't the same ones that were being made for the rest of the world. Well, I had never seen the other ones, so your guess is as good as mine. Now, why a lot of folks out there like to choose between Irwin and Bandai, and then, but here's the thing. I think it's just some folks, really go around and they tend to either scathe or at least hate Bandai's dolls. The ones that were made in 9 between 93 YL and then offshooted over, and the ones that Irwin had to then sell, between 95 YL to 2000 YL before they started making their own take. But I think that the Bandai dolls, are as cool and well made as the Irwin dolls. Wanna go on, Sailor Mini Moon? Well, you see, this is my Bandai doll, which I guess was made 9 between 94 YL or something like that. And then later on it was then sold in North Finland and the 4-1 Reichs in the settled land, I would guess as early as 9 between 96 YL or something, because a lot of the dolls that came out, some sales came out long before the following which they were in. And at the end of the day, I do think that a lot of folks are hard and have, too much, and have they're really hard on them. And I just think that's sad that the Bandai dolls do not get the onlook. You know, from folks in the Sailor Moon followership, and they call them long-leered and ugly, and you know, and you know, sometimes beggars, sometimes asking cannot be a asker. I guess it would be asking. Sometimes a asker. I guess I can't say it right. But when you're asking, you can't choose. When you're asking for something, you can't, be picky about what you get. So sometimes this dolls were the only kind that were out at the time, and sometimes they might be even a cheaper one that, on eBay or Etsy or Overstock or Deal Dash. Well, you can't be picky. And if they're the cheapest ones, then it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I think that the Sailor Moon followership, either scathing the Bandai dolls for not having the same leer that the Irwin dolls would have later on, or or the tools that they would come with, like a shape shifting stick, or I don't know, some weapon or a stand or something. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I just think it's sad that some folks out there, have a really sad take on Bandai dolls. You're right, Sailor Mini Moon or Sailor Small Moon. At the end of the day, you're right. Because sometimes I think that both the Irwin dolls and the Bandai dolls were both cool. But it was Irwin that ended up making the stands for the Bandai ones. And sometimes that was it. And I know a lot of folks out there will say, well, who really cares these days when you got businesses like Great Eastern Glee making squeeze dolls, and you got Bandai also making sundriest takes on dolls. And some folks might say, oh, well, what about the internal Sailor Moon dolls or the forever Sailor Moon dolls? A lot of folks will say that those ones are greater than the Irwin doll, the early Irwin and Bandai dolls. But at the end of the day, those dolls are going to be worth way too much of whatever website you get it from. So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I think the Irwin one and Bandai ones are cool too. If you like this film, then follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Don't forget to share and playlist and thumb up this film. Can I do the rest? Yeah. And also hit that square, if that's even an English word or not, I don't know, to follow us, and then hit that ringer too to let you know when the next upload, live stream, or short's been done. But sometimes the tool doesn't always work, and sometimes it does. I, Sailor Mini Moon, or Little Moon, or Small Moon, Rini here, and I, Sailor Moon Serena here, and we'll see you later. Goodbye. Farewell.